So this is my second video for the things I've built for my daughter here at Spectacle Island. The video is the toy store. Shouldn't be a very long video. This is the top floor of our factory. Just a catwalk going all the way around. I'm not gonna go all the way around this thing, but it just, for the views and stuff, you can see a better look at the bridge. I talked about in my other video. It just makes a bridge from Warwick Homestead over here to Spectacle Island, so you don't have to swim. You can just walk across the bridge. Really helpful in survival mode. You ain't gotta get irradiated by the water and all that. But let's get on to the factory here so I don't run out of time on it. So this is our top floor. This is basically our executive suite. We got our bed and our little table. My daughter did pick out the decorations and help me place them, so that's why everything is where it is. We got our little throne and our Christmas tree. Over here, we just got a little sitting area with some games, a couple of little special book, Blast Radius, a couple of toys to play with, a Pip Boy game. Again, used OCD decorator to place all these that way when I walk over the table. It doesn't knock anything over, they just stay there. Um, Little dining area with our kitchen, got a little trash can, a little dining table. We got our jukebox playing over there. Um, Another Christmas tree. We got our crafting stations. Just our chem station, weapons and armor, and our power armor station with our Vim power armor. I can't remember which one this was. I need to take that out. Uh, Always take your fusion cores out, just if you ever leave your power armor somewhere. Otherwise, settlers or worst case NPCs that attack your base can jump in it if there's a fusion core in it. Uh, just a little tip: we got some bumper cars, weight bench, and a pommel horse for working out, exercising. Um, they're kind of fun to play with a little bit, and you actually get a stat boost if you do them for long enough to agility and perception, I believe. After a few minutes, or strength and agility. I'm sorry, strength and agility if you do them long enough. Uh, but anyway, hopefully he'll put this down and get up, and I don't have to restart this video again. There we go. But if you've never seen those, they do that. The pommel horse character just does that. Got an agility boost for doing that. Get a. I've never actually looked. Uh, I'm not real sure. You get a little bit of an agility boost for doing that. Anyway, we got our Nuka Zapper. Um, I don't have a Nuka Zapper. I would show you how it works. We do have a token machine over there. But this game actually does work. You can use the Nuka Zapper and make the bottles go up if you have a token to get it started. Uh, I don't have a Zapper with me, and I don't have a Kami Whacker. I need to go back to Nuka World and get those so I can show those off. But I don't have any pre-war money on me. I don't think I have any tokens on me either. Um, well, I'll just go up here and try to see if I got any tokens on me. Oh, I do have tokens. And then you can take these. I want to say you can shoot them. Nope.
But real tough to survive out here. At least that's what worked for me.
Okay. Oh, hold down and then throw it. But it will keep score. Obviously, I'm not very good at this. I'm not real sure how to the controls for atomic roller, but I managed to score 200 points. Basketball is the same thing. Come over here. You put a token in, and you can shoot basketball. Or Yeah, and not very good at these. Oh, crap. Where'd that other one go? Come here. Oh, now I remember. Alright, so aim, hold square, release square, and it'll throw the ball. Same thing over here. Pick it up, aim it, hold in the square button and release, and he'll throw the ball. And let's see if I can actually do this right then. Yeah, there we go. That's how it works. Of course, the balls are kind of buggy, they get stuck. But you can get Nuka tokens if you got pre-war money, and you can play these games. Get that back down. Same way with that one. And the balls come back out here. Uh, that's basically it for the upstairs. Oh, one more thing, because she insisted. We have a bathroom in here with our little sink and toilet and another trash can. And that's it for the upstairs. The next two floors, I'll show you real quick. There's not a whole lot to see on them, but she wanted 4 stories, so I had to kind of improvise. Third floor, all it is when we get down there, I'll show you on the scrappers. The excess material that doesn't get come out. When I vacuum it out, it comes up here, goes through these conveyors into that hopper, and on down to our sorters to sort anything else out that I might have missed. I got stuck in the recyclers. It'll make more sense here in a minute when I show you how they work. Floor two's kind of the same thing. It's the top of our hopper. It's also where that recycler comes out and goes into this. It goes over, goes into the hopper, goes down, goes over there, comes up, and goes through our sorters. The way these work, you put in whatever item you want, and if it's cloth, the cloth will get spit out into that hopper. If it's not cloth, it goes on down, and so on and so forth through the sorters. This also works if it's the whole item. If you put an item in here and it's got cloth in it, it will kick it out over into there. So if you throw, let's see, oh, wrong button. If you throw something in there, I don't know if I got anything with cloth on me right now. I don't have anything, but I do have something with steel. So this steel hopper here, if any of this stuff like that oil can, that paint can, anything that's got steel in it would go over into that hopper. Anything that doesn't have steel would go on down. The same thing with wood and rubber. Those are the main components we use to build our toys. And they go into them storage hoppers to go into our builder later to make our toys. And the nice thing about these is the toys use about the same amount as what I'm going to use to build them, so I can just scrap them again and get those materials back if I want to. Down here on the first floor, this is where the majority of everything happens. We got two different recyclers, F through Z, so any component F through Z goes through that. This is on PlayStation 5, so they had to do it this way to make it work. A through F is that one there. And just to show you how these work real quick, we'll go right here to this one. Go aluminum in that one. And since we're talking about steel in the other one, we'll just go ahead and do the other recycler for steel. And you put what you come over the trunk. And it only works with junk stuff, so but I've never understood why the aluminum oil can gives you steel, but that's neither here nor there. But you go through your junk and find anything that's got what you're wanting to get out of it. Don't really have a whole lot with aluminum in it, but we do have a bunch with steel. Vacuum hopper will suck it out of there, kick it out here, it goes into the recycler. This thing will fire up after a second, and since I told it aluminum, it'll start kicking out aluminum. Anything that's not aluminum will stay inside here, and that's what the other vacuum hopper's for. We'll get to in a minute. Same thing over here with the steel one. You go in here, anything that's got steel in it, throw into our hopper here. This one will actually run a little bit longer. Let's see, what else have we got? That. And so all that stuff will go in here. Since steel is one of our components, it's gonna get trapped in one of them hoppers up there. And we'll actually go up there to see that here in just a second. Um, this thing will start running. It starts kicking out steel. Steel's gonna go over there and go up. Oh, this thing's actually working tonight. Anyway, we'll go up there to the second floor and I'll show you how these sorters work. Hopefully we beat the aluminum up there. Alright, so since we don't have anything to get aluminum, the aluminum will go all the way through and go into that hopper over there. But you'll hear a little ding anytime steel goes through this, and it'll kick the steel out over there. So our aluminum's going to go over there. It's going to go into that hopper. It's going to go down to our collection hopper at the bottom. Our steel, hear that little ding, and you can kind of see, come over here, steel comes out, goes into our hopper here for our toys. And that's the basics of how the recyclers work. Wiring this thing up is kind of a pain, so if you try to make one of these, you can look at how I've done it, or I'll try to find the gentleman whose ammo factory I originally copied for this layout and link it in a comment if I can find it again. Um, but he goes into a little bit more detail. He's got a way better wiring setup than what I've got too. But but once these things are done recycling, they will stop moving. Your stuff going over there. Um, Got your little hopper here. It's collected our aluminum. The reason the hopper's here and this other weapons workbench is here is if I recycle a bunch of stuff, I can take it and just transfer it right away into this without being super over encumbered all the time. And instead of having to walk all the way to the elevator, go all the way up, transfer it, I can just do it that way. But that's the basics of how the recyclers work, and you can see here, terminal, just, you can put anything in here. I can do adhesive. Um, I'm pretty sure I got some screws. Yeah. And it'll come up and say it requires something with screws in it. Oh, well, I didn't mean to go through that again. Sorry about that. But same thing. Anything that's got adhesive in it, the vegetable starch and the Wonder Glue, it'll kick it out, make us some adhesives. Let me look real quick and see. Alright, so I've already got 5 screws in here, but they're not coming out. They will not, even though I've told it to manufacture screws, they won't come out until something else with screws goes in there. So, the hot plate and the toy car. These will come out and they will go in the recycler. It'll stop, but before it recycles those, it will put out these 5 screws first. It'll kick these 5 that's already in here out, and then it will start recycling our hot plate and our toy cars. And it's going to do the same thing it done before. It's going to take everything but the screws and leave it inside here. The screws will get kicked out. Once this thing finishes, I'll show you the the vacuum hopper and stuff. But like the asbestos, the gold, circuitry oil, any of this stuff that we're not using, or that we didn't tell it to recycle, will stay inside those recyclers. Now you can just grab them out, carry them over there and store them in your workbench, but sometimes you'll end up with some stuff. We didn't in this particular case, but sometimes you'll end up with some stuff left in these different ones. Like you may have some steel over here, or some rubber, or some cloth in one of these. And instead of trying to go through and sort it all yourself, especially if you recycle a bunch of stuff, you can just turn these on, and vacuum hoppers will suck all the stuff that's in these out. It's already got all the stuff out of those. It'll pull all this out, and it'll run it up through our sorters for us and sort it all out for us. And then the only stuff we will have in here will be the stuff that we don't want for building our toys and stuff. And it'll take it a minute, but if there's any steel or any of our components that we're wanting to keep, it will sort them out for us up there instead of us having to go through our inventory and sort it all out ourselves. You do have to leave this stuff running until all that stuff gets around and back down here. But we can let that run for now. Come over here and I'll show you how the builder works. Now, one thing I didn't do on this one that I done on some of the others, I had individual switches for each of these hoppers so I could just open up the hopper I want. And instead of opening up all the hoppers, you can see I got a bunch of steel, rubber, and cloth in here. But once I turn this on, they're going to open up and they're going to dump all the stuff out onto this conveyor, and it's going to go into our builder over here. Of course, obviously, I'm not going to make y'all sit and watch all that, but our stuff's starting to go up through our sorters now. But we'll go ahead and we will turn the pylon on. Of course, that opens all of these. All that stuff's going to start dumping out. Uh, I've been having some trouble with the conveyors since the update for some reason. They are kind of buggy, but what I'll have to do is I'll actually have to scrap these two conveyors and re-put them down. Um, I'll do that here in just a minute. But anyway, so we go to our terminal. It looks like we got, alright. So hang on a minute. Shut this off and fix this because I got the same bug on this computer terminal. So far the only way I have found to fix this is to go in here and make another terminal. You can also scrap that one and put another one down, but it'll be just as easy just to put this one down for right now just to show y'all so I don't have to rewire everything. I'll just attach it to our power here, and that should work now. And I'll clean all this up in a minute. Yeah. So go into our builder. We can build. Let's see. It'll tell us what we need. We need 15 steel if we want to build that. Our cloth and our stuff's not wanting to cooperate right now. Well, here, we'll do this. Do it. Since we are doing it's supposed to be a teddy bear factory anyway. And I can just come over here and take that cloth. And we will transfer it into here. Of course, we're not going to use all of that. But now that it's reading cloth in there, it will start making teddy bears. And our teddy bears will come down here and collect in our storage unit, and we can sell those if we want. One thing that you can do that actually is pretty handy is a Vault-Tec lunchbox. Only requires 3 steel. You can buy steel cheap. You can find a bunch of steel out in the wasteland, and they actually sell for a good price. But we can basically make anything that's in that builder, provided our materials. But for some reason, my conveyors are being extra buggy. This hopper didn't even open this time. Something with the update, I'm not for sure what's going on with it, but I've had to rewire this thing 2 or 3 times. But we'll go ahead and shut this pylon off. But that is basically how it works. But what I say about the Vault-Tec lunch boxes, well, you can take those out of your conveyor and give me just a minute. Let me get it to daytime where our vendor will be open. Let's see. I didn't intend to do this, but this is also a good way to make caps with the steel because you can buy the steel really cheap or you can find it anywhere. A bunch of stuff in this game has steel in it. Pretty easy to come by, but you can sell the Vault-Tec lunch boxes for a good amount. I mean, not a whole lot for each individual box, but and apparently I gotta go Sunshine Trading Co-op when I get done with this video. But we go back down here and go over to our vendor. Hopefully she's actually open. Let's run over here real quick. And if we want, we can.
Got a dangerous look about you. Hope you ain't here for me.
If she'll
I'm
cooperate.
sure I have something you need.
We can use 3 steel to make them lunch boxes, and they will sell for. Where they at? Oh, they're in miscellaneous. Sorry about that. They sell for 7 caps a piece, so I can sell those, make 28 caps, and you see how much. I don't know if you have seen how much steel I had in the factory, but I've got a pretty good bit of steel in that factory. So you figure for 7 caps a piece. I'm not gonna sit here and do the math, but I've got 463 steel plus another 37 in there, and what's on the conveyor. So I can make a bunch of lunch boxes and make a bunch of caps if I needed to. Of course, I've got 40,000 caps. This character's been around for a while. Also, selling water does that too. But that is the basics of how the factory works. I'm going to let my daughter watch these first and hopefully she approves of them. And if she does, then I'll upload them. Oh, I forgot. Out front, I'm just going to jump over the conveyor. The name of our factory is Natalie's Fun Factory. And she picked the coloring for the lettering as well. But I hope she likes this video, and I hope y'all like this video. And I will take a look at them and possibly edit them a little bit. But I appreciate you watching. Thank you.